Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another Christmas clean and decorate with me for Christmas 2021. And in this video, I'll be working on my dining room area. I'll be setting up my tablescape. I'll be putting up a smaller Christmas tree, and I'll be also putting up my nativity scene. So if you like this video, I really hope you can consider hitting that red subscribe button down below, and let's just jump right in. If you miss my shop with me videos, don't you worry, because we are going to go shopping for more Christmas decor this week. But as you can see, I started off by wiping down my dining room table, and you may recognize this runner and these placemats from my fall decorate with me video, but I'm reusing them for the season because I want to keep this area very neutral. I want the star of the show to be these plates that my mother-in-law passed to me this year. She bought them from different stores when my husband was 6 years old, and he recalls to be walking around different stores with my mother-in-law holding plates as she was trying to collect the entire set. She also passed to me these beautiful crystal glasses that came from her mother. I think these are beautiful. I definitely wanted to display them and make them the star of the show. But I also wanted this tablescape to be easy to transform or adapt into Thanksgiving because we are hosting it this year, and that's why I kept all the colors very toned down, kind of like winter wonderland for this area. So this is a centerpiece I'm working on. I'm starting with this folded garland. I'm going to add some lights, and now I'm going to work on some bows. So in my kitchen clean and decorate with me video for Christmas, I share with you how I create my bows with a template. But if you don't have a template or you don't want to create one yourself, you just simply create 2 loops with your ribbon, tie them together, and make sure that the bow is looking pretty by arranging very well those loops. Then I'm going to create an oval with more ribbon, making sure the ends of the oval match the loops of the bow that I have already created. And I'm going to attach that to the center of the bow using ornament hooks. You can use any wire you have. You can use even dental floss if that's what you have. So you're going to repeat this process for as many loops you want on your bow. I repeated this process one more time, making sure that I'm tidying up that center very, very well. And if you do want to see how I create those bows using a template, stay tuned, because later in this video, I'm going to show you how I do that with that method.
A sunny day, but it's cold outside. It tingles in my heart.
I added 1 bow to each end of my folded garland, and now I'm going to go in with some flocked pine cones and put them all around the centerpiece.
It feels like I'm a kid, like I'm forever young. And that's why I want to sing about the Christmas on its way.
I also added some silver stems just to highlight a little bit that centerpiece, and I'm going to put it on my table, on top of the table runner, of course. And then I'm going to add a beautiful reindeer that I got from Hobby Lobby this year, which I think it matches all the decor pretty well. I like to think that this reindeer is coming out of the woods by just putting it on top of this garland. I think it turned out very beautiful and adorable. And I'm going to finish off this tablescape with a couple of candles in black candle holders in these silver Christmas trees that also came from Hobby Lobby this year.
And that's why I want to sing about the Christmas on its way. A reason to hang around and celebrate this day. Everyone's smiling and it's snowing. It's the time of year again. I'm happy you're here, my winter wonderland. No.
The next project to work on this area is going to be the dining room Christmas tree. I'm going to keep it silver, gold, off-white, and off-gold. And this idea came from these mirror snowflake ornaments that I was in love from Hobby Lobby, even from last year. They brought them back this year, so I thought it was a sign to do my Christmas tree with them. So I started with a smaller Christmas tree. I added ribbon to just one side. If you want to know how I did that, I'm going to make sure to link my guide on how to hang ribbon off your Christmas tree from this year. I'm starting off with the toppers, which is a bunch of different stems that I thought will pair very beautiful together. And I'm placing them at different heights just to give it a little bit more dimension. I added those large gold snowflakes as my statement pieces for this Christmas tree, and I have a couple of comments to do about these shots. So first of all, my dining room area has very funny lighting, so I am so sorry about that in this video, but it's always the hardest area to film at in my house just because there's windows everywhere and it's just a little bit complex to play around with lighting and filming. The second thing is that this is our old Christmas tree, very small, but also this Christmas tree has gone through 2 movings, one of them out of state actually, and we actually lost the little part that keeps the Christmas tree straightened. So if you see that it's a little tilted, it's because of that. I want to find a solution for it. If you know how can I solve this, let me know in the comment section down below. But now I'm just adding all of my highlight ornaments, placing them in strategic places, and I really had a lot of fun creating this Christmas tree because I've never decorated with these colors before, and I really love how it was turning out. I'll be making plans, make you understand. I'm not gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna play it safe. It's going down on Christmas Day. 'Cause I'm trying. For my filler ornaments, I'm using these off-white balls that I got from Hobby Lobby and also some matte silver ornaments as well. They pair very beautiful together, and I had explained on a previous video how I like to hang these ornaments. I use hooks, but I make sure there's no space between the stem and the ornament by rolling that hook all the way through. The snowflakes are the only ones that I was hanging with the cord that they came in, and at this point I'm just making sure that there's no empty spaces on this Christmas tree from every angle that it may be seen in the house. And I know just what to do. Finishing off this Christmas tree by basically putting all of the leftover stems that I had, and I'm taking my time to make sure I can place them proportionally around the tree. I basically like to take a step back and see how everything is looking, and if I want to change something, then I go ahead and change it at that stage. Now I'm going to vacuum the bottom of the Christmas tree and add this tree skirt that matches the placemats I use on the table, and this is how this area is turning out. And don't you worry about that cord by the Christmas tree because I'm gonna hide it in just a few moments. Da, 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 da.
making our Christmas.
The next project I'm going to be working on is going to be my nativity scene. And this is a very special project for me because number one, where I come from, nativity scenes are even more important than Christmas trees in people's houses. And number two, because growing up, my mom has this gorgeous nativity scene that came straight from Jerusalem, and it was made with olive tree wood. And I always said I wanted one nativity scene like that. And when I got married a few years back, my in-laws visited Israel for a religious trip, and they surprised me with my own nativity scene from Jerusalem made with olive wood. And oh my God, I could cry remembering when I received that. So of course I'm gonna place it. I think it's so important to remember why are we celebrating Christmas, and it's because of the nativity of our Savior. So I initially placed these colored lights, but as I was placing my nativity scene on that little table, I realized I did not like how they looked. So I decided to remove them and use something different.
My house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies.
I decided to use these wire lights that I had from last year. They are an absolute pain, let me tell you, and they are all tangled, but I figure if I place them kind of messy around the nativity scene, they would look good, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. And then to add a little bit more color to this area, I just added these two stems on the side of the nativity scene and some flocked pine cones. And this is how it turned out, absolutely adorable. And because this area in my house is so decorated, I didn't want to do this part very over the top.
Making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you.
To finish off this area in my house, I'm going to be hanging the stockings off of those bookshelves, but I want to place a garland, a decorated garland there. So I was working on that, but my puppy didn't let me at all. He wanted to play, he wanted to just distract me. So I took the garland to the kitchen island and continued applying the ribbon there.
It's just gonna be you and me, hanging by the fire chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the.
We have 3 stockings from last year, one for me, one for my husband, and one for our dog Sasha. Thor, which is the other dog you saw on a previous clip, we hadn't adopted him last year, so I didn't have a stocking for him this year, and I could not find these stockings anywhere in any store. So I figure Sasha and Thor will share one, and it looks very beautiful because it matches its tree skirt and the placemats that I used on the dining room table. So now I'm going to work on decorating that garland a little bit more. I'm going to create 2 bows for the ends of the garland, and in here I am using those templates that I was talking about. So I basically cut some cardboard from boxes, shipping boxes. I created a gap in the center. I have one template that's 12 inches, and then I have another template that's 9 inches. I basically wrap around the ribbon all over the template 3 times, and I tied it up with dental floss in the center using that gap that I cut. Now you might be laughing that I'm using dental floss, but it's actually stronger than you think. Once the bow was ready, I basically lifted and fluffed those loops very well so that the center is very well hidden.
Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you.
finishing off this garland with some black ornaments, and then I'm going to go in with some off-white ornaments. I also added a few decorated stems, and the secret to applying these ornaments proportionally on the garland is to play around with the heights and the directions to which each ornament is going to be facing. You don't want to place them in a straight line or row because that'll make the decoration look a little plain. And this is how my dining room area turned out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you have enjoyed and found new ideas and new inspiration for your Christmas decor. Let me know in the comment section down below what was your favorite decoration that I shared on this video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I really hope I can see you in the next one. Bye.